Vector helicopter shot, Pier 57 on the outside. On the inside, Nic Carter Racing. Media Master and Lady Sarah also in Super B. There's Pier 57 in Super B Light Factory 2. Competitors in that class, it's Quality, Rodriguez Group, and Daytona Performance. This Pier 57 is a 38-foot fountain powered by two 500 horsepower Vortec inboard. Bill McComb, Rick Turmel on board, driver and throttle man. As we said, this boat is throttled by three-time world champion Rick Turmel, driven by Bill McComb. Now in 2001, Rick and Bill were world champions in Key West. Bill would like to thank Ellie, his wife and kids, as well as Dennis McSweeney for his help, part of sports marketing. Also Sarasota Spine and Sports Therapy. Now Debbie Fleischer for public relations, Jeff Crystal Brown, Turmel family and friends, and of course Stainless Marines Jerry Schmidt. Also special thanks to Dollar Offshore, Mindy and John, and of course the crew for the drive. And a special thanks to Champs Sports. You can check out champssports.com. Pier 57 Stainless Marine, first in class, going around the turn. Nic Carter coming up. There's Media Master on the outside. Media Master 30 powered. John Reed Jr., the driver. He's from Daytona. Wyatt Fountain, the throttle man. Grimesland, North Carolina. As we said, it's Mercury powered. Powered by two 500 horsepower Mercury inboard. By the way, Daytona Performance Marine is a dealer for Mercury, Mercruiser, and Yamaha for all your performance needs right here in Daytona Beach. Daytona Performance Marine. This boat ran very well the other week in Miami, the first SBI race of the season. I'd like to welcome John Reed to the wonderful world of offshore racing. John Reed Jr., the driver of Daytona Performance Marine. Nice throttling there by Wyatt Fountain. Daytona Performance Marine, 38-foot fountain. All right, coming up is Harwich Concrete Block Pier 57. 35-foot fountain, Mercury powered. This boat powered by two 500 horsepower Mercury inboards. Mark O'Duggan is the driver. He's from Winthrop, Massachusetts. Chris Wickstrom is the throttle man. He's from Harwich, Massachusetts. Chris also the owner of Harwich Concrete Block. There they are. This boat took a first place in St. Cloud a couple of weeks ago. Currently in third place here in Factory 2. There they are. They're on board. Shot, Hardwich, concrete block. As we said, these guys are from Massachusetts, so one of the stops on the APBA Tour this year will be close to their home. That, of course, will be in Cape Cod, Mass. That's on June 7th, one of the national stops for the APBA. And the rest of the schedule looks like this. After Daytona, it's Marathon, Florida on May 17th. Cape Cod, as we said, June 7th. Then Savannah, Georgia on July 3rd. Cleveland, Ohio on July 26th. We've got Corpus Christi, August 16th. Atlantic City on September 20th, and that rounds out the season. Of course, the national championships on October 18th in St. Petersburg, and the Worlds on November 18th in Key West. Big Oaks on the inside. Big Oaks Offshore, 42-foot fountain. Out for Justice in the middle there. And of course, on the outside, we've got Powerboat Tours. Out for Justice, picking up speed on the inside. We've got, let's see, Big Oaks and Powerboat Tours on the outside. All right, Big Oaks Offshore, 42-foot fountain. John Giovanetti's the driver, throttle man. John Reed Jr., the navigator. They are from Florida. They took a first place in Daytona. John Giovanetti and John Reed Jr. There they are on board Big Oaks Offshore, 42-foot fountain. John Giovanetti, the owner. Big Oaks. Performance 3. Velocity and PowerboatsTour.com, the other boats in Performance 3. Bacardi Silver on the outside. Bacardi Silver, your overall leader at this point. Eight onboard cameras for you, provided by Freeze Frame Video for race number 1. 20 in all for this event. Big Oaks Offshore, and then on the outside, we got Out for Justice. Everybody's got a green flag once again. Everyone had slowed down for the yellow flag, but the green is back up, and both beginning to pick up speed. Big Oaks, and on the outside, Out for Justice. There's Bacardi Silver on the outside, just coming right through. Bacardi Silver. John Giovanetti and John Reed Jr. Carried by two 700 horsepower imports. We got a ton of boats there. We've got Patriot, Offshore Addiction, Flashwave, Mutual Fun. We also have Typhoon Racing and Propco getting ready for the green now. And we've got the green flag here on the Factory 1 start here at Marathon Offshore Grand Prix. And we got Velocity VR1 going to the immediate lead, followed by Patriot and Propco with Mutual Fun back there as well. There's VR1 Velocity. And there's Patriot. Patriot Racing. And Mutual Fun. So we got the Velocity, Mutual Fun, Patriot, and Propco. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the early moments of this race. Velocity, Mutual Fun, Patriot, and Propco. Bo's getting a little close there, but no problem. Calm waters here in Marathon, Florida. Patriot, Propco, Mutual Fun, and back there on the outside, but your leader right now by a close margin is Velocity. There you can see Velocity on the far outside. Velocity, Patriot, Propco, and Mutual Fun. Around the turn. Offshore Addiction coming in on the inside. Offshore Addiction also in the mix. An activator all the way there, back there. Once again, Velocity. Uh-oh, Propco goes into Patriot. We got a major collision here as Patriot spins around and hits Offshore Addiction as well. Let's see it again. As we go around the turn, there is Propco getting close to Patriot and collides with Patriot. And we've got one occupant out of Propco in the water as we see Patriot spin around and hit Offshore Addiction, and Patriot itself now begin to do a 360. We've got a major mishap here on the first turn here in the Factory 1 start. We'll tell you more about that occupant out of that Propco boat in a moment. Let's go on board now as it looks from the Patriot Racing team. Going into that first turn. Propco on the right side. On board Patriot with Curtis Watkins and John Thames. In Propco, we've got David Carruth and Steve Wessinger. Let's listen. Major collision as Patriot spins around, but as you can see, Curtis Watkins and John Thames, they are okay, and they're trying to figure out what just happened. What happened was they got sighted by Propco as one occupant in the Propco boat is out of the boat. Let's see that again. They go around the first turn one more time. Patriot going into Offshore Addiction, spins around, but they are okay. We understand that Angel 1 is en route to the scene. One occupant and prop go out of that boat. We'll give you an update in 1 minute. In the meantime, let's go with Flash Wave, a 29-foot Warlock. And David Rem and Jim Scherer, driver and throttle man, aboard this 29-foot Warlock Flash Wave. Took a checkered flag in Daytona. Now, David's father, Dwight Rem, is transporting the boat to 15 races this year. Beginning with the Pro Series in Daytona, the Flash Wave team, sponsored by CalDiet.com and Americash Home Loans, will be running all Pro Series and Pacific Offshore Series races this year. Flash Wave. David Rem, the driver, Jim Scherer, the throttle man. They're from California. Flash Wave. There's Wild Rose right ahead of Flash Wave. There's Activator coming up, that green boat on the outside. There's Activator on the outside. Activator, it's a 27-foot Activator with B.J. Marr, the driver, and Mark Schnepp, the throttle man. They are national champions in Factory 1. Activator. There's Chicks Beach in Factory 1, running well right now. Chicks Beach Offshore. 29-foot Fountain. Gino Marone is the driver. Lute Dickey is the throttle man. Also ran well in Daytona earlier this year. Mercury powered, 500 horsepower inboard. Chicks Beach Offshore. We have an onboard camera on board Chicks Beach. We'll go on board in just a moment. Many, many spectators along the 7 Mile Bridge there in the background. Chicks Beach Offshore likes to thank one of their sponsors, Aflac Insurance. Spectator boats lining the course. Nice driving there by Gino Marone. Lute Dickey, the throttle man. Gino from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Lute from Tennessee, Cordova, Tennessee. Calm waters here in Florida.
Stay in it. Got it. So fucked up start. They ain't on it yet. Slow down, slow down. Take the outside, take the outside. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Is it a, have we started? Oh no, but I'm out of the flag still. Is it yellow? Go, go, go. Time to separate the same from the insane, baby. Shit. Green, green, green. Got it.
On board Chicks Beach Offshore.
Son of got it. Watch the power bit rocker right here.
Top of the back, Chicks Beach Offshore. Item Matt from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Special thanks to Utz Quality Foods, Mike and Jane Rice, for their support as well. This boat took a 4th place in Daytona earlier this year. For right now, it is number 1, Utz Quality Foods. Special thanks to Fred Wagenhouse from Castaway and Action Performance. Also special thanks to Benji Brooks, the crew chief of Utz Quality Foods. Number 1 right now in Super V. Super V Light. Mercury powered, 2 500 horsepower inboards. Matt Rice and Mitch Miller, also the owners of this boat. Fairly calm waters today here in Marathon. Second stop on the Pro Series Tour of the APBX. Rear shot on board Utz Quality Foods.